Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be showing you guys the spare Change.25. This is a pulse rifle you can get after a Crucible match completion. It is random though. Anyway, let's just quickly go over what perks I got on this thing. So for my sights, I run red.oes. Secret round, missing a shot from this weapon's burst will fire a fourth shot. In the middle, we have speed reload, hand laid stock, increased stability, reduced range, and injection mold, increased stability, faster handling, and reduced range. So I go with hand laid stock for that little more stability than injection mold has. And third eye radar stays active while aiming down weapon sights. So not bad perks on this thing. Now before we get into it, I do want to mention this is a very low rate of fire, very high impact pulse rifle. Now let's take a look at the aesthetics. Alright, looks pretty cool. Let's just get right into the gameplay. So, spare change versus the Ultra Knife for the DPS test. It took me 48 shots to put him down, having to reload once. That reload clocking in at about 2.5 seconds long, each headshot dealing 690 damage, and there are 3 shots in each burst, so each burst in total dealing 2070 damage, and it took me 11.7 seconds to kill him. Alright, we're moving right along into PvP, and spare change will deal 34 damage to the head and 23 damage to the body, but of course this does depend on what range you're at. If you're too far away, you will not get these numbers, but I didn't have too much of a problem with damage drop off on this pulse rifle. Anyway, a full burst to the head will deal a total of 102 damage, so it'll take 2 full bursts to kill somebody if all your shots are headshots. And a full burst to the body will deal a total of 69 damage, so it'll take 3 bursts to put somebody down if all your shots are body shots. What is the time to kill on spare change? Well, let's say you land your full 2 bursts to the enemy's head. It'll take 0.766 seconds to kill him. That is actually very, very fast for a primary, but it may not always be the easiest thing to do on this pulse rifle, landing those 2 bursts to the head. And let's just say it takes 3 bursts to put somebody down. If we land all body shots here, it'll take 1.433 seconds. So that time to kill dramatically decreases if you hit body shots. So landing headshots is very important, not only on all weapons, but especially this pulse rifle. And I say it's not too easy to always land those 2 bursts to the head, because this thing does have a nice kick to it. Every time you shoot this, it'll want to kick up and to the left. So you're going to want to aim probably a little down and to the right of your enemy's head, and hopefully those shots will land. And if they do, you certainly will be rewarded for it. It is a great feeling putting somebody down in 2 bursts. The satisfaction is real. But let me tell you, after hours and hours of playing with spare change, I only got a handful of 2 burst kills. For me, it was quite hard to come by, and I couldn't really seem to get this weapon down right with the 2 bursts. Now, I know I said 2 bursts a lot in the past couple minutes, but don't mind me. And if you don't put your enemy down with the first 2 bursts, this weapon then becomes very, very sluggish. As I mentioned earlier, the time to kill does dramatically decrease, not necessarily making this weapon useless, but certainly making it a little less efficient. Anyway, leave in the comments and let me know, guys, do you have a spare Change.25? And if you do, what do you think of it and what perks are on yours? Are you able to get those 2 burst kills with ease? And if you can, just please let me know. I could imagine somebody mastering this weapon and just being an absolute beast in the Crucible with it. I truly do believe this weapon does have some potential, but when it does come down to it, at least for me, a Hawksaw always seems more reliable. But don't get me wrong, I still did great with this weapon in the Crucible. Even though I wasn't landing the 2 bursts for the most part, I still didn't really have a problem putting down enemies. This thing has great range. You kind of have to act as if this is a scout rifle sometimes, as it could take care of medium to long range encounters pretty well. It has very high burst damage, as you guys already know, so you can pop in and out of cover and just do a whole ton of damage and just put chunks into the enemy's health every time you pop out. When it comes to close range encounters, however, you're probably not going to have a good time with this pulse rifle. Just saying. Anyway, that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already, if you want to see more weapon reviews similar to this one. I'm always covering weapons here in Destiny. Anyway guys, I will see you next time.